I just spent the last 20 minutes looking for the podcast I dropped on my birthday last year, or the year before that, or in 2023. And I just realized that I have never done anything like a birthday episode before. In fact, aside when I really first started the podcast in 2022, there has never been a time until the NYC series where I was actively recording solo episodes back to back in a daily basis or twice a week until the NYC series from 2022. Because I wanted to see what my state of mind was when I was recording that in whatever year, last year, 2 years ago. Just to see if there's some consistency or there's some commonalities or things that I've outgrown, just to be aware of these things. One of the reasons I do this podcast is so that I can always go back. Sometimes I listen to old episodes and I'm hearing myself talk and I'm thinking, the current me would have said this way, or would have, and that makes me keep track of my growth. And so, seeing that this is going to be the first time I'm doing an episode for my birthday, I just wanted to make sure you understood that this is a special occasion. Obviously, because that was when I was born. And without me, there would be no Good Living podcast. Stand by it. In this plane, on this dimension, it wouldn't have existed until me. That's the sweet thing about art. Art is unique in creation. Science, right? If somebody doesn't discover gravity and write the laws around it and put it in a physics equation, if maybe Isaac Newton is the person that did that, right? If Isaac Newton didn't do that, somebody else would have done it. That is what science is. Science is about things that are and you discovering them. Art is creation. It's creation. And that's what makes it unique. Is it Beethoven that composed the Sixth Symphony? If Beethoven didn't compose the Sixth Symphony, nobody else would have. It was an idea that was uniquely his. And that is the same thing with you. Whatever idea, whatever kind of person, or whatever thing you create, especially with art, nobody could have done that. Your life pattern and the way you live and the trail that you're leaving behind, you're not following anybody. If you're doing it right, you're not following anybody. You're not following any blueprint in any aspect of your life. You're autonomous in every sense of the word. I'm autonomous right now. I've been autonomous for a long time. I don't know if I've described this feeling before. There's a feeling when you lose Coke. Oh man, grief is a terrible thing. I don't think there's an episode I've done since my father died that I did impute this thing in. I'm not even looking for sympathy, but it just comes up. Just be realizing. I go just be open. Anyway, there's this feeling that comes when you lose your father or a parent. What's that vulnerability? In my mind, my father had this quiet strength that always covered me. It was like some kind of backing shell I didn't know was there until it was removed. That's how it feels, Like I've always been this boiled egg, but I didn't know I had a shell. But the only time I knew I had a shell was when my white was just exposed. That's how it feels. Well, anyway, this episode is to record down my thoughts and where I am on this 25th of... It's actually 24th right now, but this is coming out on Monday. So it's Monday you're listening to this. Time which my birthday would have passed. Crazy. So, right now, this is the 24th of January 2026. I have spent about 8 months in Lagos. And by my honest calculation, I think I've put down work for the first year. I think I've made some great friends, because I don't want to say made some connections, but genuinely, these are people that I have tight, close relationships with. One of the things that give parents anxiety is their children's ability to blend into society, because you created this thing, and if it is not blending into society, it's like you didn't do it like everybody else. You're not normal. You won't feel normal. As a couple, if your child is having trouble socializing, you have the odd kid. You don't want to be the parent that has the odd kid. You feel guilty. Like, what did I bring to this world that doesn't fit in? So I'm proud that in my case, I fit in. Everywhere that I've gone to with a crowd of strangers, I've left there with friends. And I think that's a good thing. It shows that you have a pure personality, you have good energy, And everybody that I wanted to be my friend wanted also to be my friend. I don't know if that makes sense to you. In fact, you're daft if it doesn't make sense to you. So this guy, I made friends in camp. I made friends in the auditions I went to earlier, and in my job at the studio. A lot of people that came to the studio, eventually, some of them, I'm still in touch with them. And these things that I've done in this time period, I think is decent work. One of the things that is most important is being independent fully. For example, having my own place, And so that's something I have not done. It's probably one thing that is making me feel like I have not done enough with the time that I've spent here so far. And so, not checking that off my list in the first year, seems like I let myself down a bit. But it's just a year in a life, man. There are people on that bridge, and I could always go back home, So I almost didn't take pictures, like my birthday pictures, so that kind of thing. Normally, I know you take birthday pictures, but I would make a post, I would throw a party, I would do something, and the media from that what I would use to pin my birthday on the internet. And it turns out that I didn't have the motivation to do that. My initial plan was that I was going to let my birthday pass quietly, because I've not done enough to be doing anything special. But on Thursday, I was taking my bath. I don't know, the cold water touching my head or something just sparked me and said, what are you doing? If you want to attract something, you have to be that thing first. And I want to be the guy who, enjoys his birthday, doesn't let it pass due to depression. I'm not depressed, I enjoy life. And so why would I intentionally say no to enjoying life because I feel inadequate in some way? I didn't do that too. In that moment, it just felt so unreasonable for me, and I was like, no, at least I'll take picture now, because I've been doing that a lot lately. So, I'll mark it properly, let it show on the internet that this was a birthday. Let it not blend in with my other posts. Like, it's your birthday, go cool boy. So yeah, I just came out of the bathroom. I told Kachi, I'm going to snap picture. And that's what I did. Figured out a mood board. Obviously, I have my aesthetic, I have my style. The moment I got the idea of I have to do this photo shoot, I got the idea of how I want the pictures to look, and that's exactly how they looked. Shout out to Ayo Celesi Daniel, took me the pictures, and they came out how I wanted. Loved them. Loved too many of them even. I wanted like 4 pictures. I love about 10. So yeah, obviously by the time you're listening to this, that would probably be out on the internet. Love those pictures. So yeah, I strongly do that one. And then tomorrow on my birthday, still nothing special. Arsenal plays Manchester United. I like that it's a tough match on my birthday, So I just think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to watch ball, have a drink with my friend Ima. Birthday boy. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to have this part in this episode, but after today, because I wanted to my emotions, make them bare, I should explain my emotions on my birthday, because honestly, I didn't think I knew this many people. I didn't think I knew this many people, like the amount of messages I've gotten. Usually I used to see people after their birthday, the day after they post, I thank you for all the wishes, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, at this point, yeah, happy birthday, but nobody gives a fuck. But I understand why they make those posts now. And that's why they make those posts, because they feel overwhelmed. Like, this many people know me, and it's only on your birthday you actually get to be celebrated. Like, unless you have a big win that you broadcast, it's only your birthday that you get to be celebrated like that. And so today, first of all, these birthday pictures I took, it was just yesterday I took them, and I decided to take them day before yesterday. So I was gonna let the birthday slide until then. And seeing so much love, man, it touched me. And many people affirming that big things are happening this year for me, like with so much conviction. And I'm like, am I the only one that was even doubting it in the first place? You know, it's crazy. And the fact that we've recorded this entire journey is a mad thing still. This stupid ass now. Thank God I no time and happiness to this club. I swear that I'm going to put a voice note out on WhatsApp. But thank God I no time and happiness to this club, because what did they play like this? Who lose on my bet? Anyway, guys, I'm appreciative of your birthday wishes and everything. Honestly, love was massive. I'm not going to post that thing everybody posts, but for those who listen to the Good Living podcast, I can't tell. I don't know. I can't express with words how appreciative I am, how grateful I am, how touched, how moved I am by the love you guys have shown. I love you guys, like, from the depth of my heart. My family, after my family, my community is the Good Living community. Those who listen to this, who give me feedback and everything. You guys are my closest people. Forget that we don't talk every day, but I know those of you who listen, you get, especially to the end, you're real. You're the ones, and we'll see you at the top.